Before I get into Love Island USA episode 15, I would just like to mention Jalen. I still can't believe that they got rid of one of the most adorable islanders that's ever existed. Getting rid of him was an absolute fucking crime of humanity, but today I discovered his TikTok, so I've either tagged him below or I've at least put the name of his TikTok. Go and follow him. Oh my god. He's so cute. He's actually so cute. I don't understand why this man was getting any hate. Honestly, I just think he's so adorable, but hopefully he's going to be a lot better off out of there and go and find himself somebody who can actually appreciate him. Anyway, let's get into it. I absolutely hate filler episodes, and I really felt like this episode was going somewhere, and then when it finished I thought, what the fuck was the point in that whole escapade? There was literally no need for that whole thing to happen. I get that it was supposed to be just a bit of fun and to take the drama out of it for a while, but in the end, when they brought in the two bombshells anyway, it was absolutely meaningless. Once Jalen left, Taylor spoke to Huda and says, I love your ass to death, but we don't want any drama, don't speak to Jeremiah, like, just let it go. Now, obviously Taylor wasn't going to stand behind Jalen because he wanted him away for Erlandria. I'm still shocked that Erlandria didn't stand behind him. I'm still shocked that he's gone. It's probably going to take me a while to go over this. I can tell you that it's already took me longer to go over Jalen leaving than it did for Hannah to go over Charlie leaving. And that's just facts. So Taylor and Erlandria are telling Huda that she needs to explore. Who's she going to explore with? Who in that house is going to want to explore with her? Who in their right mind who's watched the show is going to want to explore with her? Surely nobody. Ace told Shelley that he stood behind Huda because he felt like he didn't see any effort for Jalen. Is he fucking kidding? Is that a joke? He probably stood behind Huda because he wanted Jalen gone because he's pals with Taylor. Like, why lie? And tell me, what effort did Taylor put in? The only time he put in any effort was because Ace said, oh, why don't you organise a wee dance for her? Why don't you make her breakfast? Why don't you do this and that? Taylor wasn't interested in Erlandria. He wasn't sexually attracted to her. Like, what the fuck? I genuinely think that Nick's more interested in Erlandria than Taylor is. Huda was walking around the villa and she heard Iris and Jeremiah speaking in the speakeasy, and I was like, shit's going to get crazy. So she walked in and asked to speak to him, and I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so dramatic. But it wasn't. She literally just sat and talked to him and says, you hurt me, blah blah blah, right? Aye, okay, she's hurt. But the fact that she was saying about the toxicity partly being her fault, I would say it was like 80% her fault. Aye, Jeremiah did things to lead her on, and aye, okay, he was toxic in a different way for her, but she was just so turning every single thing that he said in an argument. He had to get away from her. Taylor heard the two of them speaking, and he came up to the door, like, and she went, oh, just let me have this chat, and like, I'm not arguing, and like, I am Taylor. Apart from it, I would have dragged her ass out of there. I just says, look, see if you want to speak to him, do it tomorrow, wait until everything's calmed down. Now is not the time. Although she did manage to stay calm, I'll give her that. Huda was in the diary room like, oh, I think things are over between me and Jeremiah. What gave her that idea? Where's the clues? Everybody in the house is relieved that they two are split up. They're like, thank fuck. I don't want to hear the two of you in the same sentence. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want it mentioned again. Because even he says, oh, she came in and spoke to me, and Nick was just like, I don't care. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear it. I'm done. So they get a text and I'm like, woo, woo, game. You know how I love the games, right? They're so dramatic. This wasn't dramatic. And okay, it's good to have fun sometimes, but completely fucking pointless. They brought in Megan Thee Stallion and I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. I hate it in the UK when they bring in singers and half the episode is them singing. I'm not here to fucking watch Top of the Pops. I'm not interested. See if it was just one song, like their new song, and that was that, fine. But they pure drag it out, and I can't be fucked. And I can't be fucked watching them dancing in slow motion and all the other shit that I've got to watch. So thank God this episode wasn't like that. She came in and she was talking to the girls in the room and they were having a laugh. She was showing off her swimsuit range and all that, and I thought, aye, this is what the celebrities should do in the UK one. Come in, get involved, talk about watching the show, ask them some questions and present a game. so much better. When they were doing the twerking competition and Megan was judging and she voted Taylor over Shelley, I was like, right, she's obviously been told to make it a draw. It's so clear because there's no way he was fucking winning over that. Some of the guys were twerking and I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. But no matter how bad it looked, I just thought they're doing a million times better than I could. The next challenge was doing the limbo. Absolutely no rules whatsoever. They were down on their hands and knees, they were crawling under it. Pointless. Aye, okay, it was a bit of fun, but it was pointless. And then finally, they had to build a bombshell, and whoever they built got in that night. Well, that's what we were told, but actually both bombshells came in. So again, completely pointless. Also, when the girls built the guy, it was him that came in, but the girl who came in didn't look anything like the one that they built. Is it just me? I think a lot of people were relieved that Shelley and Ace are finally together and they can give things a good go, and he was giving her kisses and all that and he was putting effort in. But then when the new bombshell came in and he's like, oh, she's fine, right, like pure getting into it, and I thought, alright, calm yourself. Calm yourself. You've just been buzzing around Shelley like a fly for weeks, and now all of a sudden this new lassie comes in and he looks as if he's about to fucking piss his pants with excitement. And what's going to happen? He's going to want to explore once again. Even though the other day he had the audacity to tell Taylor to lock things in. The man confuses me. Aye, so anyway, overall this episode was pretty pointless. Aye, it was good to watch at the time, but when it finished I was like, well, what the fuck was the point in that? What was the point? It was literally just to advertise Megan's swimwear range. And that was that. Hopefully we don't have any other filler episodes like that. It's bad enough that it's not on a Wednesday and then Afterson's on a Saturday. And now we've got pointless filler episodes. Get back to the storyline. Anyway, it might not be on a Wednesday night, but it is on tonight, so I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!